What's up, legends? So we got patch notes. I just woke up. I don't wake up anymore just to see patch notes. Like I used to do that stuff, but we're over all that right now. Whenever it's out, I'll come in, we'll talk about it, we'll have some fun with it, look at the videos, and do our thing. All right, so hero balance is going to be the first thing that we're going to talk about. Hero balance in the future system improvement notice. First and foremost, like I'm going to read it because this is a lot and it's important. So we're going to read it and try to digest it and everything. So yeah, I know people say that, hey, you know what, while you're reading, we can read it ourselves. But sometimes people just want to know what I feel and what I think. And I appreciate that. I used to be like, why y'all care about what I think? But I kind of appreciate it a little bit more now that people even care. So yeah. So originally we decided to give our players a summary conference, which was held in Korea. However, the summary conference was instead replaced with this notice, which includes various changes that will occur after we took time to listen and reflect upon the opinions of our heirs. Additionally, we'd like to take the time to inform our players that the notice that many of you have been curious about will be divided into two separate posts. Now, here's the thing with this right here. It's okay if you wanted to have a conference and stuff like this. And the last stream that I saw, people asked the most ridiculous questions. So if you want to really have a conference like this, all right. This is gonna be a total, because I have something else I want to say too. They made an official Discord, and I think part of the reason why that happened is because what companies are starting to find out now is you can't leave your official Discords in unofficial hands, because it starts to get corrupted. People start getting weird type of things. We see that happen with the Sino Hours Discord. The Sino Hours Discord is just it's not official, and there's all types of weird shit going on with that, and I don't even want to be bothered with them. But as far as the Epic 7 Discord, this is where I feel bad. In hindsight, the Epic 7 Discord is run extremely well. And I feel that they shouldn't have made a second Discord. What they should have did is they should have just came in and said, hey, look, we want to make this the official Discord. We need to have the official, like, need to have CMs or whoever's in charge, put Damio or Arky or somebody like that, have them in charge of everything, and then it'll be the official Discord. They shouldn't have made it another one, unless they approached them and tried to say that and they didn't want to do it. I don't know what's going on with that, but I do want to give a shout out to the official Epic 7 Discord because it's run well. So I don't really feel that they should have made a second one, but if they had no choice and had to do that, then I understand. But what companies are starting to really understand now is that you can't have official Discord not be controlled by the company, because that's just I know that's not respectable at all at this point with games right now. It has to have a line. It has to follow the same rules and regulations that the game itself does, where people need to be held by a standard. Can't be just running around going crazy and pissed off. And on top of that, it needs to be valid community managers and everything right there to speak to the people. Now, what you guys saw with Alun, this like community manager sitting right there, you can speak to people and it's a direct contact. You can speak to them. That's properly how you're supposed to do it. Again, like I said, I don't feel they shouldn't have done that, but I can kind of understand why. Now, going forward right here with this type of thing right here, this is something that should have been done public forum right now. What we're about to do right now, this balance thing, it should have been public forum. It should have been some type of Reddit post or something like that where people can bring in stuff and you can take proper feedback. That's the proper way to do it. Now, you can do it this way as well and then have everybody just pile in and everything else like that. But then over the course of time, the human mind will alter things, and you can have a good idea, but as you go through the point of a day and stuff like that, that idea starts to break down. That's just what the human mind does. You start to change it, you start to alter it, you start to feel differently about it. So the best time to actually give feedback is when you first initially see something to give that feedback. That's just science. That's just the way that it is properly done. That's why those types of Q&A things like that they do on the Reddit when they say to meet whoever and stuff like that. That's why those are always so successful, because the very first thing that you can do is put direct feedback right there. And that's the initial idea. And usually the initial idea is usually always the best one. Going forward, I hate to get super science on you guys, but anyway. Based on the balance adjustment and the skill policy of today's notice, the Epic 7 will strive to be more careful and take a more cautious approach in the future. And so, like I just said before we read that, like, this idea I just told you guys is about a better way to do this. We know how many heirs have been waiting for the details regarding our Moonlight Hero balance, as well as skill balance policy, and we like to present the information down below. Arena 3 season balance, Moonlight Hero adjustment information. Excuse me, hiccups. The Epic 7 development team agrees that the ability level between Moonlight Heroes and regular heroes in the arena is too hard, you think? Additionally, we are making every effort possible to create a PvP environment that force players to rely heavily on specific heroes. This notice contains information in which many of our heirs give their opinions and something we think is a great interest in. We would also like to inform players Moonlight Hero balance adjustments. The purpose of these balance adjustments is to correct the over-effectiveness of certain heroes, while at the same time maintaining the unique identity of each hero. Please see below for the details of balance adjustments. Additionally, we like to hope our heirs give us opinions and the balance adjustments. Okay, Silver Blade Arm. Oh, damn, they already went to Aramin already off the bat. So her combat readiness loses down to 20%. It made her cooldown longer on her meteor fall. Silverblade Araminthia was able to inflict a large damage enemies in addition to crowd effects of meteor and flame release. After the adjustment, the burn effect of meteor fall, which was more powerful than other AoE skills, would be reduced in strength, followed by additional adjustment and cooldown. Also, the amount of combat readiness the caster granted for flame release, it would be decreased to make her less advantaged in long battles. Okay. Sage's boss is like they just like it's just like a punch, like right off the bat. All right, so initially seen right here is combat readiness is now they just went down the line, nerf and shit. His combat readiness is down 5%. The maximum is down 5% as well, and it went up on cooldowns to 4. Sage's boss is assigned as a hero who specializes in impeding the enemy's turn, and it's extremely hard to counter when assigned to a defensive team. To adjust this hero, the buff dispel effect of Cloud of Ruin was reduced to weaken the ability, which allowed him to counter the immune effect, followed by the adjustment that involves reducing the combat readiness and increasing the cooldown to reduce the advantage. Ooh, Arbiter, like damn, they just going down the line. It's like a freaking double 2-piece special. Arbiter Vildred. All right, so it seems pretty much that he is. After we looking at this, all right. So after receiving lethal damage, the caster regenerates 70%. That's all the same. It's all the same. Increase attack for 2 turns. So he lost the increased attack. That's what it looks like. Yeah. I'm not too sure. I guess that's cool, but. Yeah, like doesn't that kind of like that's kind of what made him special. Like when he came back like with the glow or something like that and hit harder. So he just don't have the glow no more. He ain't boosted rewrite. All right, I guess that a lot of people want to nerf, like kind of get rid of that. Then I guess that kind of like what I thought that was his thing, to come back strong and whoop on some ass. I'm kind of confused about that. They might have to do something else with Arbiter Vildred, because that seems like that's taking away his personality right there. But okay. Arbiter Vildred had an extremely difficult set to go against due to the fact that Dark Blade could be activated without fail. This made the arena overly simple for those who had the Arbiter Vildred and greatly weakened the position of the heroes with low health. By removing Dark Contract's passive skill, which increased his attack for 2 turns, opening the battle, Arbiter Vildred can now have more options composed of the team facing him. I mean, that idea and what they're saying is a very sound idea, but to me, it just seems like part of that is him being strong. So if you take away his strength, that's kind of like taking away who he is. I don't. Maybe there's no other way to fix that, but maybe we just need to change the skill all the way around. Anyway, Crimson Armin. All right, so Crimson Armin, damn, it got nerfed from 20% critical hit down to 10%, and then 15 on the max. Damn, That's a big cover. Anyway, Shield of Holy Spirit. It went down 1 turn. All right. Well, I guess that's kind of cool. Crimson Armor's skill Shield of Holy Spirit provided all allies invincibility and immunity buffs, which prevented damage and stopped the enemy from inflicting a debuff. Additionally, her second passive was considerable a problem and it hit a large impact on the team's health. This skill has an impact on all heroes and especially had an impact on defensive heroes and dragged out battles. Crimson Armor is still a powerful hero after being adjusted. However, there's now room for other defensive heroes to be selected in the arena. The adjustment of these 4-star Moonlight heroes and balance adjustments for... Wait, what? I guess. The adjustment of these 4-star Moonlight heroes and the balance adjustments for Arena 3 will be completed on Thursday, September 5th. In cases where hero strength will be reduced, we promise players at least a full week prior. Adjustment will listen to the opinions of the heirs. Due to this, we ask for your patience and understanding if the adjustment dates are later than you expect. What I would do is I would just change Arbiter Vildred's Dark Contract to something else, because I think that getting rid of his attack is kind of getting rid of what he is. But it's okay. This is to inform our players about the Moonlight Hero recall, which applied to Moonlight Heroes being adjusted prior to the start of the season. Well, I never really used the armament that I had to begin with, so it doesn't really matter to me. This recall is only applicable to Moonlight Heroes whose performance have been reduced due to the balance adjustments. When Moonlight Heroes are recalled, it's possible to exchange an adjusted hero for a new Moonlight Hero of the same level during the recall. A new Moonlight Hero? Okay. Being that I only have 1 character out of all of this, then I'll take somebody else for that Crimson Armor. Additionally, if the Moonlight Hero is being recalled, has been memory imprinted, players receive an unknown slate. That's nice because my Crystal Armament has been imprinted. So yeah. For example, a player recalling Moonlight Hero give it the media shard tentative. Okay, I like that. Restoring Moonlight Heroes. If you wish to receive the hero instead of the unknown slate, please send us a request to customer service. Meh. Next, number 3, Arena Season 3. We're playing a large-scale changes not only for the Moonlight Heroes, but also the other heroes that have been underperforming. We hope heroes that will be chosen based off strategy need a current situation. Wow. You Fiend? Really? And normal Basar? Okay, let's get into this. Basar was designed to be useful when used against a party with many buffs. Since Basar's skill Sandstorm dispels enemy buffs, makes them unable to be buffed. However, the skill of Sand, when it transfers debuffs from the caster to the enemy, and skill Hurricane, which decrease the hit chance of the opponent's difficulty to utilize containment purposes. Therefore, by reinforcing containment factors, Hurricane and Sand, when Basar's ability of the opponent has, will be improved. Okay. Interesting. Fiend displays outstanding power in attacking single opponent with Dragon Charge's high output, but her Dragon Roar had problems as it dealt low amount of damage and had ineffective results, resulting in Fiend's low usage by player. By balancing Dragon Roar skill, the damage gap between it and her skill Dragon Charge will be reduced. So they're going to pretty much base her roar and increase her roar, which is cool. Lilibet Soul Cutter. I never liked Lilibet, to be honest with you guys, but Lilibet Soul Cutter skill has an extinct effect which matches well with her Soul Burn, but because her ability is too focused on the extinction effect, it's difficult for the situations. Lilibet overall ability will be buffed so that she can be beneficial in various situations. Okay. Lidica is highly effective. I thought Lidica was actually kind of good. Effective when attacking a single opponent in golem hunts, but her overall ability is greatly focused on individual containment, so she is not widely used in the arena. By improving her skill ability, she'll be effective in containing it. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave those 2 alone. So hopefully they can fix those. But Assassin Coley is a strategical unit useful since she had high speed and her passive skill Cloak and Dagger has a chance to increase her attack while using the skill Murder Containment. However, because there isn't any additional effect following the skill Ambush, she wasn't beneficial after her first turn. By improving her basic skill, she'll be useful in skill murder. We believe the key fun factor. Okay, so that's just fine. All right, so Assassin Coley, if you want to make her a little bit better with that, is you need to have her have a prolonged attack towards something else. Like, she doesn't need to attack the original target, she just needs to attack somebody else, like maybe throw poison out on everybody or something like that, and that'll actually help her out in the long run. Arena Season 3 postponement notice. I'm still on the first freaking page. This is long. Arena postponement notice. We're going to try to speed this up a little bit. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that they're going to be talking about, and there's no way they're going to be having this in time. So bug fixes. When fixing skill-related bugs, developers normally refer to hero description. This skill description is likely a manual for the heroes and skills. Is this them just explaining why they do bug fix? Nobody cares about that. Battle system improvements. This section will discuss the skill multipliers in game, which many of our heirs expressed opinions about. One of the key points that makes Epic 7 fun is the ability to select a variety of heroes to create a unique team, each which utilize a different strategy. If the player can view the multiplier in game, they may not take into account the synergy of the hero. Now, see, this is a good thing because we always want to know what the multipliers are, and you have people just doing math and everything else. Is just show it. Just show it, and that's a good thing that they're actually going to start showing the multipliers, because we know the multipliers. We know, oh, this person is good at that. This person has good damage over here to do this, so I might want to use this character now because her multiplier might be badass. Like, a lot of people didn't even know that Says worked the way that he worked. That, you know, a few other characters worked that they worked, and we had to find out basically by trying different things and learning the multiplier. So overall, 7, pretty much balancing and quality improvements. In order to solve certain balance issues that has arisen in Epic 7, we recruited additional people whose main purpose to focus on hero balance. And nice. We also hired additional people to focus on hero design as well, which is also nice. Additionally, the developer and publisher are also exchanging more opinions during scheduling. So that's good that you didn't have a lot of people to do that beforehand, but it's good that you got people now to do it. So no hate. Next, we like to explain the process behind the normal balance adjustments, which is performed in regular intervals, and developers are constantly monitoring the competitive content such as arena and guild wars, along with hunts and various farming content targets. Multiplayer content, please. However, some issues related balancing have occurred. We analyze our data in greater detail. Yeah. Memory improve. Oh, this is interesting. Finally, we would like to let you know the purpose and direction of improvements that will be made in memory imprints. These changes are currently scheduled for October. Memory imprint is one of the factors that determine the hero's balance. However, its effect influences the team and not the memory imprinted hero. In certain situations, it has a powerful effect, but depending on the team composition and equipment, certain effects are significantly underutilized. In summary, unlike other balance elements that can be adjusted according to the individual, memory imprints have a significant impact on the setting of the entire team. Depending on the heir situation, therefore, we need to approach the balance of party very carefully. To make memory imprints unique power of a hero, we will make changes so that the players can either choose to keep the devotion skill applied to the team or choose to have this effect memory imprint. This is interesting. So the ultimate goal of Epic 7 is to balance allow stuff. All right, you know what? Overall, what I would do with memory imprints is I would make memory imprints I would make 2 different imprints. I would have an imprint for the actual character, so you can work on stuff like passives and other things, and that would be a different way for the character to be stronger, and you can actually add things on that bring in different gameplay mechanics, maybe even do a different skill. Because I think that the character's a little bit limited in base fact that they only have the 3 skills and then sometimes some passives. Like, you can open it up a little bit if you allow something that, like, maybe a memory imprinted skill. That's just my opinion, but that's what I would do with memory imprints. I would add player skill on the imprints that they can add onto like a new skill or a new passive that changes the gameplay of the character, and then have the imprints, you know, fan out that way, or even have the imprints work on the actual character itself. That's stuff like I would do anyway. All right, so summon system improvements. Let's look at this. First of all, let us please offer our utmost gratitude for the heirs. Okay, we get it. You're happy. To begin, we like to speak on the new race to the government and other improvements which will occur on August 8th. That's about a week from now, which is cool. To begin, even though Epic 7 is a hero collecting game, we noticed that some players have experienced stress due to the fact that they could not receive the hero that they wanted. You think? In response to this, Epic 7 decided to introduce the supplement system, which should improve the ability for players to receive the desired hero, which is kind of what we always have been saying from the start, but yeah. First, the limited summon will be implemented for drop rate banners, both existing and new heroes. Summon rate will be increased to 1% for the target hero, and no other 5-star heroes will be summoned for this banner if the player does not receive the that's generally what we've been having before with just the limited one, but if they're gonna have limited all the time, then that's literally what we've been saying to do from the start as well. Additionally, when performing Covenant summons, players will have a 5% chance to receive a Moonlight Hero. Damn. This change will allow players to have additional chance to receive a Moonlight Hero while also maintaining the rarity when compared to regular heroes. With the additional Moonlight Hero, the probability of receiving a 3-star artifact will be decreased over the probability of receiving a hero. And now now hero. Oh, receiving hero. Okay, that is proper English. That's just me. Now greater than the probability of receiving an artifact, which is good because don't nobody care about artifacts all the time. We like them, but goddamn. Also, when a new Moonlight Hero is introduced, there will be an immediately placed in the government summons as soon as they are released, which is, again, nice. Please note that only the probability has changed, was a reduction in probability to receive the artifact, and all the other percentages, same as before. So what this does is, like, we used to always get spam the artifacts. It doesn't change a lot, but over the course of time, to have that 5% less and then have the Moonlight Heroes actually in there, that's a good thing. You actually have a shot now. You have a shot. It's still going to be a crapshoot a little bit, but the actual way that we have the limited ones won't be a crapshoot. You can probably go after that. Though if I was them, I would put them simultaneously side by side and just every week have it be like that. That will increase your money if you're looking for some money, Smilegate. Hint. As before, players will be able to receive mileage on the government summons as well as the drop rate summons and will still be able to receive gold transmit stones. Additionally, players will still be able to purchase 4 or 5-star hero tickets or galaxy bookmarks, so they still have the higher probability of receiving the higher grade Moonlight Hero. The second change that we would like to speak about is the improvements of the Mystic summons, which will be implemented on August 8th. The Mystic summons are now a new type of summons, which give the player a higher chance to obtain the new release Moonlight Heroes, and the summoning list changes weekly. However, there's a large issue when players are not able to receive the Moonlight Hero before the period ended. In order to make improvements, we plan to introduce a limited summons for Mystic summons as well. Wow. Okay. If the player does not receive the 5-star Moonlight Hero within 200 summons, 200? Who the hell is doing what? Then on the 201st summon, they will be guaranteed to receive the 5. Oh my god. What boardroom were you guys in that you decided the number 200? The guaranteed summon counter will not be reset if the Moonlight Hero list is reset. In addition, the Mystic summon will now include new Moonlight Heroes as of the previous 4 to 5-star Moonlight Heroes. Mystic, at least it won't reset, but Mystic summons will be renewed, aforementioned. Alright, so what happens if the list changes and you were going after a specific one? You now gonna get that one? Other than regular heroes and artifacts, will be updated weekly. This will allow players to have a chance to summon Moonlight Heroes they wanted even after the Mystic Summon rotation is over. So, would you have to stop? Like, if you get to like 200, you just stop And then the next, when you just wait for it to refresh, and then the next one at 201, you will hope that you get. That's weird. But anyway, the new 5-star Moonlight Hero, previous 4-star Moonlight Hero combinations will run for 4 weeks. The previous 5-star Moonlight Heroes will run for 4 weeks. Okay. Regular heroes and artifacts renewed every week. Players will now be able to purchase 50 Mystic Medals from the secret shop in the lobby, which allows them to perform 1 summon. As well as Mystic Medals will be added to the secret shop. The chance of friendship bookmarks appearing has been reduced. That's cool. As difficulty acquiring the Moonlight Heroes has been reduced throughout the improvement of the summon system, we investigate all materials. The players of Moonlight and Mystic Summon players give a 50% refund for in-game materials used on these summons. The 50% refund will apply to Galaxy bookmarks and Mystic Medals used until 8. Nice. Give me all that shit back. And we'll pay in batches after the 8.8 update. We'll give you more details about the refund in separate notice. We hope the improvement made to summon system in the areas will meet the heroes. That 201, y'all gotta get rid of that shit. Why is that so much? I understand Blue Light Heroes is supposed to be a little bit like the ish, but you're trying to bring them in line with the other heroes and make them be a little bit higher. Why is it freaking 80 summons more than the normal? And there's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. That is a bad idea. That is a retarded idea. This is a badass. It's so bad it makes me laugh. Like, who came up with that number? Oh my god. Alright, let's talk about Bellona. Let's talk about something better. Alright, so we have a Seaside Bellona. We already talked about her yesterday, so I'm not even going to talk about all this because we already broke it down. This is a limited banner, so it's going to be up to 120, and we have a side story for the extended side story, rather. Because remember before we couldn't finish all this, so now we can go underwater and finish all this so we can get the next goodies and get in there. And yeah, so that is about it. That's all I got for you guys right now. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Right down here we have improvements to the automation tower. As you can see right there, we have, wait, is that a, wait, what? Is that a speed thing with life on it? Why? Y'all like life on your speed, on your be legendary, guys. Peace.